kindergarten becomes coming out places for transgender 5-year-olds. Next.
This is Right Makes Might with Dr. Duke.
Hi, everybody. Dr. Duke, Right Makes Might. Well, everybody is abuzz. The internet is abuzz about what's taking place, what's just happened in Rockland, California, where a kindergarten teacher in Rockland, she actually read a couple of books promoting transgenderism to her 5-year-olds, and then they had a sort of coming out ceremony for a little kid in the class, a 5-year-old, who declared in class that he was no longer a boy but a girl. This has, so unsurprisingly, traumatized many of the kids. We have a situation where one of the little girls came home shaking and trembling about the idea that she might actually go to sleep one day and wake up the next morning a boy, very horrified. And what's really at the crux of this issue is that these are serious, serious things to be laying on 5-year-old minds. The school, which is mandated to contact parents whenever sexual content is introduced into the curriculum, refused to do it this time. And when they were called on it, they made the argument that transgenderism isn't a sexual issue. And so therefore, we don't have to notify you. We've been saying for years and years now at Freedom Project that this is what was happening. What's going on in your schools is that teachers and administrators, policy wonks, superintendents, state education people are absolutely subverting parental responsibility, parental rights again and again and again. They're telling your kids, they're exposing your kids to all sorts of things every single day that the vast majority of you, even some of you on the left and the center, would absolutely object to or being put in front of your kids, and you know nothing about it. And when finally schools do get caught, think about this. For every one case like this in Rockland, where parents begin to fight back, how many things at ages 5 and even preschool, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, are your kids being exposed to every day that you do not know about? And what really blew me away with this particular case, the thing that not a lot of people have been talking about, the one aspect of this case that I think I can say something perhaps unique about, is they read 2 books to these kids. One was about Jazz, right? This little elementary school kid who is a transgender. And the argument is basically that teaching 5 and 6 and 7-year-olds that gender is a complete construct, that the idea that you are whatever you think you are. One of the lines from one of the books goes like this: I was born with a girl brain, but a boy body. That's really staggering when you think about it, because the same people telling you that gender is a construct, that biological gender, male and female, are abstract concepts, they don't mean anything, gender is a spectrum, it's all completely malleable, the same people telling you that now are celebrating the idea that a little boy can say, I was born with a girl brain, but a boy body. The very gender constructs that they reject, the very gender of male and female that they reject to get this transgender garbage into our elementary schools is the very thing they default to when they celebrate transgenderism. All right? So girl does exist in the mind of this boy. Boy does exist in terms of his physical biology. But in any other context, they're meaningless. These are the real problems with the quote-unquote logic of transgenderism. This is not about justice. This is not about some kind of righting some historical wrong based on observable fact and scientific method. No, this is simply about pushing progressive agenda on our youngest and most vulnerable kids. This is unacceptable. Many of the moms and dads at Rockland decided to pull their kids out. We'll see how long they keep them out of the government schools, but let this be a lesson, America. It's not the horror stories that you hear from your kids once in a blue moon that you should be worried about. It's how those horror stories have been mainstreamed at the youngest grades and how you'll never hear about 99% of it. If you enjoyed this video and all of our videos, please consider a tax-deductible donation so we can keep the whole thing free for you. I'm Dr. Duke. Thanks for watching.